All right. So before we get started, just ignoring that, if you could even hear that, I wanted to point out this original thumbnail that they had. This original thumbnail for the AMC release of this trailer with Herschel Jr.'s face. I get what they were going for with this thumbnail. They wanted, I guess us to speculate that Herschel Jr. and Maggie are looking at Negan, mean mugging him, because they're still, carrying that out as their main draw, because that's one of the only draws that they really have is the Maggie Negan thing going on, I think, for a while. But Herschel Jr., does he not look just like this grumpy cat here? I think that might be racist to say, but it is what it is. Anyway, let's go ahead and react to this trailer. I have seen it. I will go ahead and put that out there. I have already seen it once, but I had some problems, so with my video, so I'm going to react to it again and just break some things down I wanted to say.
Doing this all wrong. You survived everything.
Love that
for what?
scenery.
Keep fighting and killing each other.
I want to go. Oh, okay, so we do see her the day after. I'm hoping that we don't see her anymore. Like, that's one of the biggest problems with season 11 for me, the Reaper storyline and her storyline. So I'm hoping that we don't really see much of her beyond like these few scenes in this trailer. So we can assume that she doesn't make it.
Each other.
You see, when it comes to me, it's just a matter
And
of
they are
time
looking at
before you
Negan.
make the same call.
Maggie! No!
They got Maggie looking in some scenes in this. She looks really rough for a lot of this trailer. I don't know if she's like sick or something. She's clearly bloody up here, but they got her looking like dead, like she's the Walking Dead in this. Eugene hating his solitary prison life.
Everyone! Get ready!
I like that shot of them in Alexandria. Carol baking.
Introduce someone who needs.
Carol doing more baking.
It is my
As she
honor
has in the
tonight to
past.
introduce someone who needs no introduction. The Governor of the Commonwealth, Miss Pamela Milton.
Thanks to my
It's
father's
gonna be exciting seeing
sacrifices,
her.
we are all here.
Glad they paced her out so we could have something to look forward to for the next half. Something new.
We're putting the world.
Look at his what do you call it? Those are peacock feathers. I don't think he's had those. He must add those. And more Sebastian. We don't see much Sebastian in here. And they're doing something. We'll see this later on. They're doing something with this Stephanie. Where she is like not the real one. Oh, look, you can see Princess back here with her actual princess tiara. That's funny. But they're doing something with her where she's like actually somebody else. I don't know. It's really strange, but I think it's all based on something in the comic where she was drawn to look black, but then drawn to look white, or vice versa, and it was a mistake, but they're making a storyline around it.
To my father's sacrifices, we are
I
all
like these
here.
aerial shots. We need some
Brick by
aerial
brick and
shots
block by block. We're putting the world
of the
back
Commonwealth,
together
especially.
the way it was.
Feels a little bit too claustrophobic right now. Oh, I'm glad we do see Father Gabriel here. I was worried that he didn't make it. Past the shitty cliffhanger of the last half.
This place is like a city.
And I love that shit with Mercer. I like everybody in their different clothing too, in the different environments, but I love this with Mercer. It was one of my favorite things in the comics. Mercer, he's just a killing machine, and it's so monotonous and tiring to him, but he just does it, and yeah, that's like right out of the comic. I love it.
It's like a city from before.
And I'm gonna love this dynamic between the two of them, with her being the lawyer and Yumiko being the lawyer, and Magna being like the prisoner in the past life. So it's going to be interesting to see that dynamic between the two of them, how she gets automatically put in a better class setting. I love all of that. Even though it's kind of repetitive, because we kind of had that type of dynamic with the group whenever they first got to Alexandria. with like Daryl and stuff, you know. And I do think that's why the writer of the comic kind of ended it when he did, because it started to get repetitive. Because I mean, yeah, it's just, yeah, it's what it is. So
People who can't fit in get cast out. You remember?
Yeah, I do.
I'm gonna make certain that everybody knows exactly who and what you are.
oh shit, who was he talking to there?
Get ready. We're going to remake the world.
That was a cool animation, the way it kind of drops down a little bit there from the title page. Yeah, I think I might have forgot to mention, Daryl has some lines in here that feels like stuff Rick would say, so I hope he kind of acknowledges that he has that mindset since season 9 because of Rick. But yeah, I guess that's it. There's nothing else after. Nope. Alright, February 20th. Oh, stream as early as February 13th. Okay, that's cool. I'll be able to do that, but yeah. You know, it looks good. There's some things I'm excited for in here. The thing about this, though, about all of this with the new season, I'm going to be really glad for one to be moving past the Whispers. I mean, not past the Whispers, the Reapers storyline, because like I said, I didn't really like any of that. But the thing is, this whole final arc, even for the comic, was kind of boring for most of it and repetitive. And the show is missing a lot of key characters from the book, of course. Rick, Michonne, Carl, you know. And so that's hurting it already, but then the material from the story not being that good hurts it, you know, even more so. Because, you know, in season 9 and some of 10, whenever we had that Whisper stuff going on, you know, I didn't really feel the absence of Rick that much, just because the storyline was so good, you know. But now that all of that's done and we're kind of to a kind of lackluster storyline, you know, some of that is really starting to feel more so between, especially with the bonus COVID episodes and now season 11A. But, you know, I give them credit. Angela King has been a great showrunner for dialogue and a lot of it, doing the best that she can.
See from before.
And a lot of this, you know, I think they're doing the best that they can with. And I know I like the second half and the third half probably better than 11A, just because I didn't really care for the Reaper story arc once it's all mostly said and done. So anyway, I think that's pretty much all I got to say about the trailer. It's not a full breakdown of everything, but just some of my general thoughts. Let me know what you thought of it, and yeah, and what you think is going to happen in season 11 part 2. It's just such a jumble because it's, you know, season 11 part 2, 3, 1. Alright, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.